In this project, I'm creating a support structure for a mantle box beam, and I decided to use mortise and tenon joints to create the cantilever structure to support the mantle. Here's the 2-inch beam that I'm running through my jointer, getting two sides flat, and then bringing up my planer to handle the other two sides. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a bow in in the longer piece, and I just had to deal with that. I was very grateful when a friend recommended a Mortising Attachment Kit, which allows you to use a hollow chisel while you're drilling through your production workpiece. And so I bought one and started testing it. This was a test cut, and I realized I had quite a few things to learn about using the mortising chisel bit overall, and you can see all of them in this video. I want to highlight the problems that I had. So in slow motion, you can see that when I pull the bit out of the piece, it's raising the whole table, and this fence did not work well for my drill bit. It was the first time I'd ever used it, so I did end up returning it. So I had a couple of lessons to learn. I can't let the wood move, and the fence table can't move. So I went back at it, and after attaching the fence directly to the drill press table, I was able to get some good practice cuts in, and then I went towards my production piece and started working on that. You can see I did have difficulty getting that chisel bit out. It's a very tight fit once you force it down, and I'm using a very large chisel bit. This cuts a 3/4 inch mortise, and so there's a lot of friction. So much force that I actually applied enough pressure to break the clamp holding the bit to the drill press. So I gave that up and tried C-clamps instead. That worked pretty good. It gave a nice tight attachment for the wood piece to the drill press table, which gave me some confidence that the wood piece would not be moving, the table would not be moving, and there is no fence table any longer. So I think I'm good to go. So I had some luck drilling the next few holes. Not too much pressure to get down into the wood. Again, this is a large mortising bit, and a lot of friction's created, but just with a few wiggles I was able to get it back up out of the piece. And it was kind of a godsend to figure this out, because there had been so much experimentation to get to this point that now that it was working smoothly, I felt really good about it, and I felt like it cut a good hole. So here's the final piece. You can see the holes cut into the length of the support structure. So here's my glue up phase. This is when I realized it was a little more variation than I liked in the tightness of the joints, and had to work to get the tenons down. You can actually see that the cantilever piece is coming off at a little bit of an angle, which caused a little bit of maneuvers in installation, but that was fine. I secured the tenons and the mortises with a few screws to make sure there was no sliding during the drying and glue up. I had a few bummers happen, tear out at the end of the piece here, but overall I had a pretty solid structure with the tenon cantilevers into the support structure with really solid mortise joints. This could hold a lot of weight and gave us a great foundation for the installation of the box beam.